Once upon a time, let us say it was 5,000 years in the past, or perhaps in the future, there existed a race of beings who were so pure and so wise that they lived in absolute peace. They were called the Salagrams. The Salagrams were not made of flesh and bones as we are, but were composed completely of light. They were so small that they would seem to you and me like tiny points of light, microstars. Their world was very different to ours. It was a world of light. Vast, silent, beautiful golden light. They did not all shine with equal brightness. Some were radiating tremendous fields of energy and light, while others were warmly glowing. The brighter ones had arranged themselves together, creating an intricate and beautiful pattern, something like a shimmering three-dimensional necklace of diamonds. These were the most powerful Salagrams of all. They emitted such an incredible radiance of peace and harmony that all the others naturally arranged themselves around this central group of tiny powerhouses, as if some sort of magnetic force had brought them together. In the very center, at the heart of the whole population, was the most powerful and beautiful Salagram of all, Shiva. Even though he was so powerful, the leader of the Salagrams was completely benevolent and had not the slightest intention of doing even the least bit of harm. His only aim was to see that the universe kept functioning peacefully. Whenever it got out of order, he would act quickly to restore it to its original condition. He was the supreme and most powerful being in the universe, and all the other Salagrams considered him their father. Shiva possessed absolute knowledge of the entire universe. In fact, knowledge of every universe, including our own. He understood the innermost secrets of time itself. He could travel instantaneously to any part of remotest space. He understood the past, the present, and the future. He could do literally whatever he wanted. Then a time came when one Salagram, and then another, decided that their home was no longer exciting enough for them. The world of pure spirit, where they existed on a level beyond activity, was lacking entertainment, change, happiness. This feeling was communicated amongst the minds of the Salagrams. One of the most radiant beings mentally communicated with Father Shiva. I want to explore another world. Let me take some of the others with me, and we shall colonize some other dimension. There must be a suitable world for us to explore. We have peace here, but we have come so far that we have forgotten what it is to experience, to build again from a new beginning. That is what we desire. Is there such a place, with the material and the potential and the appropriate environment? Father Shiva thought for a moment, knowing already what lay ahead. In that pause, he measured the very bounds of eternity with his oceanic mind, and he answered, yes. Your desires can only be fulfilled by a physical world with stars and planets. There is one place, a planet in the remotest space, in a physical world of 4 dimensions. Truly, you may turn it into a world of happiness. Go then, my children. Go in sufficient numbers to establish a colony. You will need to manufacture equipment when you arrive, You will need spacesuits once you are in the physical world. I shall help you with everything. Go and experience your happiness. You have earned it. If anything goes wrong, call to me and I shall help you." The Salagram beamed with delight. They immediately organized a party of voyagers, 900,000 strong, to colonize the far-off planet. The party was to be led by two, one of whom was the Salagram who had first communicated with Shiva. Very soon the voyagers were ready to depart. It was the beginning of a long and eventful odyssey, and the voyagers would not return to their home of peace for a long, long time. The Salagrams were such an advanced race that they needed no physical spaceship in which to travel. Merely by their highly developed thought power, they could transfer themselves out of their light world to any destination they wanted. If you had been there, you would have seen an extraordinary sight, like thousands upon thousands of glowworms flying past, or perhaps the tail of a fast-moving comet through the night sky. It was a short journey, even though reckoned by billions of miles, to their destination, a medium-sized planet very much like our own, except that this one was in virgin condition. The planet rotated, causing a cycle of day and night. There was only one continent, surrounded by an ocean. As the voyagers flew in orbit around their new world, scouting it for its many new and delightful aspects, they were thrilled to find that it was more wonderful than their wildest dreams. It was truly a paradise. Can you picture seas of deep blue islands, lush with greenery and unimaginably gorgeous flowers? Gold was the most common mineral present. Diamonds lay upon the ground in elegant heaps. Rivers ran gracefully through the heart of the land. It was all very lovely, and so the voyagers decided to go aground immediately. There was one problem: how to survive once within the planetary boundaries. They would be in a world of matter, of the 5 elements, which would prevent them from functioning as they could in their own light world. The leader of the expedition decided to enter the planet's atmosphere and find a solution to their problem. There, on the surface of the planet, he saw Salagrams wearing spacesuits, and they had prepared one for him as well. The voyager flew to meet them and accepted their invitation to put on the suit. "What are you two doing here, and where did your suits come from?" the leader asked. "Father Shiva knew that you would need these suits, so he sent us here as an advance party. He showed us how to create the suits for you. We shall return home shortly." The voyager explored his new spacesuit. The suit was robot-like, but it was far more beautiful and lifelike than any robot we could ever build. It was in the form of a body very similar to our own human bodies, except it was made of the purest elements, and it suffered no malfunctions. The suit had 2 eyes, as do our bodies, and the control room where the voyager sat was located in the forehead, between the eyebrows. There was also a marvelous computer in the control room, and with that instrument, the voyager was able to make the robot suit do whatever he wished. He soon learned to drive it with wonderful grace and elegance. The other voyagers came down to the planet, and they too were provided with these lovely spacesuits to operate. It was necessary for all the Salagrams to remain inside the suits as long as they wished to stay in the gravitational field of the planet. Since these suits were so fascinating and so comfortable, no one complained at all. In fact, the possession of these material spacesuits was turning out to be the best part of their whole expedition.